Welcome to the first day of the European broadcast of the Mountain Dew League. I'm a little bit surprised that I'm still here because, well, let's be honest, last season might not have been the best for me, but right now we're getting into it because this is going to be one hell of a season. I'm excited to be a part of this broadcast still, though I have a feeling it might have to do with the fact that we still can't find a second caster for me. But you know what? I'm okay with that, and you should be too, because we're about to have a fantastic game on our hands. Expert versus Ldlc. Let's get into it. Now, of course, we need to keep in mind Ldlc. They've got some roster changes that have just come through. XMS and Matent, of course, have been added to the roster. And on the other side, Expert still having the same roster as the last season. I quite liked how they were playing. That was very structured. But right now, it's a map that's cash. So I'm surprised to see this coming through. Both these teams traditionally have been considered slightly more structured. But let's see how exactly things will be going for them. Ldlc taking quite a bit of mid control early on, while Expert have actually managed to sneak into Squeaky with 3 of their players. Devo, Devek, and XMS, though, look at them. XMS has been boosted up. He's trying to go past, and well, they might be able to get quite a bit done over here. If XMS can come in from the flank in a timely fashion, and it seemed like he should be able to, but he's been caught out. Skrunk is able to take him down. Twanu on the other side does respawn, but Syken is there with 2. Now it's a 4 versus 2, and now we do, of course, still have Syken tuning up and tuning in to this game with 3 early kills. Maten does manage to get 1, but Skrunk finishes it off. Syken and Skrunk, both of them having a fantastic round, and Ldlc going for a bit of an interesting play, trying to get Cheeky down towards mid, hoping that their stack would pay off, but unfortunately Expert just went for a straightforward A take, and well, it worked out well for them. Now Ldlc once again on the practically full eco. I do like to see the fact that Matten has got a flashbang of his own. It's one of the things that I do rather rave about when I don't see something like that being picked up. It's just so much utility. You can potentially get a couple of kills, get a few guns out of the enemy team's hand, and really impact their economy negatively. Expert, though, they're not looking to have any guns stolen away from them at the very least. They've got a good buddy system going towards that B site. The only man who's a little bit on his lonesome is, of course, Syken, man of the previous round. Well, he's now with his team as well. No one here to stop them on the B site, and this should be an easy take coming through for Ldlc. Expert at this stage might even be best for them to just save their players and make sure they don't go down to these Mac 10s. Money could be there for days if Expert can get them down. Never do, Vec, though. He doesn't really share my sentiment, it seems like. He wants to start creeping and crawling up that ramp leading to heaven, but will he be able to stay there for much longer? Or will he be knocked right off his high perch? Well, not too much time left on the bomb timer, so Expert thinks that they're safe to back off. They've got a couple of players over here. JDC in particular is keeping an eye out on Heaven. Ldlc, though, they're all starting to move in quickly, but JDC is far too wise. He knows exactly what's going to happen. Ldlc are going to be blown to smithereens. Well, they don't lose any players at the very least, but what is there to save? Twanu has got a P250. On the bright side, only 1 casualty to the Mac 10 of JDC. Now Ldlc will be coming through with a couple of M4s. Nothing in the way of utility being there. They've only got 2 flashes, and that should be a problem, but let's see whether Twanu wants to use those flashes towards A main and try an entry up. Expert, though, pretty slow moving over there. They do have JDC and Syken just slowly nading out mid before regrouping with their team. They don't particularly want to risk being flanked, but it seems like that's what Ldlc wants to go for. Ldlc, very, very heavy B-side presence. Expert, feeling comfortable. Ldlc, though, they will be rotating back towards B, and now Expert will be having a little bit more trouble as flashes are there, but now Twanu has been brought down. The Molotov not really working out in his favor, stood in it for far too long. Maten taken down up next, so that means that they've lost control of Checkers. Now it's all up to Alexar and Expert. If he can just push through and find out where the rest of the Ldlc players are, maybe they can take them down. Maybe they can make sure that Ldlc can't save these 3 guns. But for now, it seems like the Frenchmen want to take these forward into the next round. And wisely so. No utility for the retake. No kit for the post retake. Bomb defuse. Not really a post retake, is it? It's part of the retake. But hey, happens. leaking is happening that I don't like to see. Ldlc ends up going down, so does Logan, and XMS is the lonely CT down towards mid. He might even be taken down, but he does manage to hide away in safety for a little while longer. As I say that, though, Scrunk, a bit too confident, caught out and shot. Andy's got that off. Surprising to see him pick that up right now when Ldlc will be on that eco round. Practically full pistols coming through. Will be very passive though. In the meanwhile, Ldlc has been naded down quite a bit. Both him and XMS over towards that A side, trying to boost XMS over towards Shroud, where they will hope to find a few pickoffs, maybe transition that into a gun for the next round or so. Winning this round is seeming unlikely. A bit of an old school strategy actually coming through from Expert. They've gone for the wall explosives, which isn't something you see very often in the current metagame, but it seems like it's working out for them. Alex finding two, but now Logan is all on him, but Logan's taken down. JDC does manage to get the kill before the flashbang wears off. So XMS once again left to his lonesome. And he's got to be considering the save right now. Expert's got so much money as well, and that's the surprising thing to see 4 rounds in, other than Andy, who of course did end up investing quite a bit more, courtesy of the AWP he picked up. They'll be saving 5 players moving forward. They've got over $5,000 on 3 of their players. The rest of the team aren't going to be looking too shabby either. Yep, there you have it. 2 players close to 10. This is a very strong economy built up early on, and obviously you can't say the same about Ldlc, who've been losing players left, right, and center. And you know what? They seem to not care about the economy because they've got a purchase order being drafted out. They've got a request for quotation, and well, that request is met as they've got 2 AWPs, Twanu and Logan. Surprisingly enough, picking up 1 apiece, and this should be interesting. Logan in particular is a player who has been touted for quite a while as potentially being a big up-and-coming star, and well, I'm interested to see what he can bring to the table in this game. Ldlc, though, aggressively postured towards Forklift. Twanu's found 1 on the Syken, but the next one should be Alex to come under heavy fire. Ldlc dodges the flashbang, but in the end, Expert ends up flashing themselves. Ldlc once again trying to duel away to Squeaky, readjust his position to try and take down Scrunk, but Scrunk is too quick for him and will be able to win that duel. XMS next on the list. Twanu, well, his list is going to keep on going shorter and shorter. Twanu sees the gun barrel. No Scrunk is there. Got to be careful with the Ferrari peak, and now he's got a chance, but doesn't quite manage to land the shot. Logan ends up finishing him off. 2 kills for Logan. Very well done by both the operas. They keep both guns alive as well. And now XMS, all those rounds that he's been saving up, this is where it comes into play. This is where he can now buy up for his team. Experts still, like I said, they've got quite a bit of money in their pockets. As long as they can get a bomb plant right now, they should still have a full buy in the next round. But Logan, can he stop that bomb plant from happening is the question, as Smokes will be blocking off his pathway. He's getting aggressive, so aggressive. There's 3 players on the other side. Logan's got to be careful. Alex should be pushing right into him, but he knows he can get that first shot. Back off, reposition himself for the second one as well. But now instead, Andy catches him off from the back lines. Expert able to take down Logan over there, but at what cost? Because you've given away quite a bit of map control towards that A site where Ldlc is the one who's crept forward into A main. And now you've got complete monopoly over that A side as long as XMS can keep an eye out on the Squeaky, so they know that more likely than not, Expert should be trying to go towards B, which is why you see Matan getting a bit aggressive with the AWP that was picked up from his teammate, trying to regain control of Checkerbox at the very least so he can molly it out. And now comes the question mark. 45 seconds after the clock. Approximately 40 seconds when the utility runs out towards the B side. What can Expert do? It seems like they don't want to do too much. Matten, nice shot onto Skrunk, but he's caught off from the back. JDC was ready for the peak, and he's able to regain any lost numbers. Tuanu, though, he's a bit more careful. He's been in the scene for a bit longer than the rest of his teammates, it seems like, and well, he's showing that veteran savviness, keeping himself alive for a little while longer. Tuanu wants to re-peek through, but he knows that potentially he has a chance to get a shot, but he misses that shot. Andy comes through from the side. 8 seconds left on the clock. Syken's got to go for the bomb plant. Does manage to get it down now from the side. Will be playing the post plant. Nicely done. Great shot onto one. And Tuanu dropping down with a USB in his hands, but Andy too quick. Both those players only having 25 HP combined, but they managed to get the job done. Expert, in an unlikely round, do manage to reset Ldlc. And this is where you've got Expert who do exploit the fact that Logan got that aggressive early on, but you have to also somewhat give props to Logan being able to get that initial shot. But now Skrunk taking up the force back from Ldlc. They know that they've got one quick chance to rock the momentum back in their favor. It's not working so well this far. And now begins the slow crawl up highway. Ldlc, they've given up their sight, but Syken doesn't quite know that. They want to be thorough, they want to be clearing out everything. Ldlc are considering just stacking towards B, but it seems like Andy will even make that an impossibility as he manages to take out another player. Logan, last man standing, 5-7 and armor. Tuanu himself has got enough money to go for an AWP the next time they choose to buy, but Logan would love to be able to pick up an AK-47 for the next round. AK plus armor, buy up a flashbang on one of the other players, and you've got yourself a potential kill in A main. Pick up another gun, and now you've suddenly got yourself a recipe for potential success. Logan, ooh, look at him. Oh, almost getting that shot just a split second earlier. And he might have been able to get the... 6-1. Ldlc, of course, they're on the full eco, but this is looking like an absolute whitewash so far. Expert, at every step of the way, they've been looking just as well structured as I remember them being. Honestly, these are a couple of players I would recommend you keep an eye out for. They're fantastic. They're very good at waiting out the other teams. This is a team that I expect to go very far as long as they can make their way through a couple of close qualifiers. Now, whether or not they've got that explosive skill to be able to get something like that done is yet to be seen. I don't really know if I would rate any of them that particularly highly when it comes to individuality. But right now, enough about the future, because right now the present is still ongoing, and the present involves Logan picking up an AK-47, Tuanu being taken down by Syken, and a 2 versus 4 for Ldlc to try and win. Logan, though, still can choose to save this AK-47 moving into the next round, but with the bomb being planted in 35 seconds for him to waste away, this seems to be an unlikely proposition. They're coming through. He has the footsteps. They're going to be taking him from right over the box, and Syken drops down the hammer. Logan, there you go. 7-1. Expert is dominant. Three players down mid for Ldlc, trying to make up for the Utility disadvantaged by strength in numbers at a particular angle, but Logan, look at him again getting aggressive. No AWP either this time, but the M4 using a gap in the smoke, and he's trying to really exploit it, but he doesn't realize that Expert has already made their way over towards Squeaky. They've got 3 players inside that little tunnel, and it's all on XMS to find that out. Whether or not he'll be able to properly exploit it once he's got the information is still yet to be seen, because Expert, they're not giving up an inkling to Ldlc right now. It's a game of chicken, and neither one of them is calling it right now. Logan, flashes come his way, but that just means that Ldlc gets even more reaffirmed about the A site, where JDC has taken down XMS with only 1 frag going the other way. Twanu might be blocked off by a few smokes very soon, so his effectiveness will be limited. In the meanwhile, they've got a couple more players coming from the other side. There's Andy, and he is a threat to be reckoned with, but JDC, he is not dealt with yet. Andy moves in, peeks into Twanu, takes him down, and Logan is now left alone, and JDC keeps on fragging 3 this round, and it seems like it's going to be growing and growing even further. Logan, 3 bullets in his chamber, but none of them will be expended as Alex takes him down from the back. And I mean, what a round from JDC over there. 3 kills right there, and then the way he was able to trade away XMS. Fantastic stuff coming through from Expert. Again and again, I am repeatedly impressed. And like I was saying, you see them at a few closed qualifiers. That's where things start to get interesting. That's where things start to go uphill for this organization. Twanu with the Deagle. We've seen him get some nutty shots with that in the past, but so far, can't really say we've seen many nutty shots at all from the French side. Twanu does manage to get some information, so realizes a few of them are in towards mid, but Logan, oh dear, Andy's managed to catch him out. Logan's been caught out repeatedly, even though he does get aggressive, and he seems to have the right idea, but it just doesn't work out. Speaking of not working out, Matten pushing through. Not really the best either. Twanu, though, through the smoke with 2. Great stuff. A little bit lucky, but you know what? When you're 8-1 down, everything is fair game. Now Alex is so wary, he doesn't want to be the 3rd victim of that Twanu Deagle. Twanu trying to push through. Alex pulls out the AK right in time for 2, and that leaves XMS alone, who's managed to get 1 more. Alex needs to complete the 3K, and yes, he does. 9-1 Expert Esports. If this was table tennis, this would be a bye win. Actually, I don't know if that's an official rule. We just used to have that in school, that if you were up 9-1 in table tennis, or as some people in the West might call it, ping pong, if you're up 9-1, you win automatically, because you're really just wasting the other person's time at that point. And it seems like that's what Ldlc is doing. But Ldlc is absolutely certain that they're here to play, and that's why they've picked up the double op setup again. Now, personally, I don't think that's a great sign for them. It seems like they're not too confident in their ability to defend, but now aggressive within that A site. Ldlc already been naded down substantially. Not a great start to the round. Expert could very easily go back and face off versus Logan, who is once again aggressively postured inside, well, outside the B side, really. XMS could be spotted through the smoke. Strunk sees him, and Strunk is spraying him down. It's only Twanu left to try and defend this side. He needs to get that shot. The flashbangs won't quite catch him out, so he's got the opportunity, but he sees a shoulder, but the shoulder baits him out. Alex manages to peek through and finish him off. Ldlc with 26 HP. He is backing off. Kills or no kills, Ldlc know that this round is lost. Devo is the only one with the kit, and he himself is backing off, so the rest of his team needs to do this. An Expert at this point, it doesn't seem to matter how much Ldlc can actually string together. Double omps, full utility, and they still can't get anything done. Expert look like they're absolutely taking over this map. Speaking of absolutely taking over this map, I just realized that Ldlc has 0 kills and 10 deaths. That's not a great stat to have, but there you go. You've got a stat for yourself right now. It seems like someone is missing Amanek quite a bit. Surprised to see him doing this poorly, though. There's got to be something else wrong. He throws that nice little smoke that makes the terrorist think that you've smoked off A main. And now Matten with a flashbang to help him out. Was considering peeking through, but decides against it once Syken starts shooting out a few bullets. The footsteps, and that means from the other side, Ldlc tried to push forward. Matten does get one to trade away for Devo, but Devo's already gone down. That means they've lost quite a bit of ground towards that A side. If Matten ends up taking a fall, then the B side should be practically open for grabs. Logan can't put up too much of a defense on his own, short of a heroic performance. And it seems like Expert, they're congregating towards the A side. Ldlc repeatedly making the incorrect calls. Bad judgment on the front. Syken's always been the player to watch out for me. He's got some interesting styles of play, to be perfectly honest, but I would really like to kind of see them with maybe one explosive star and see how exactly they adjust to that. But XMS right now finds one, dinks the other, doesn't quite manage to finish him off though, and that means that his teammates have got a slightly harder task up for ahead of them. From behind comes out Logan. He's got the AWP and he's coming from A main, but he might be caught off right now. Needs to find that first shot, but Andy's ready and pulls the trigger. 11-1, the 1-1 scoreline. You never want to see that. And look at the Expert squadron. I mean, they've got their kills about as close as they've got their pings right now. 10, 9, 9, 10, 10. The pings are pretty much the same. 13, 13, 13, 12, 12. I mean, Ldlc, you've got to see a little bit more coming out from them. Fragging-wise, you've got to see a little bit more coming out from them as far as... What is this, Andy? What are you doing, Andy? That's an interesting lineup. I want to see this flashbang. Andy, what's going on here? Flashbang forward. That doesn't look like a particularly lined up flash, but I suppose whatever works. Twanu, though, does take down Syken. Logan pushes forward, misses the shot, and that means that now Alex has got a chance to actually regain his positional advantage. Andy flashing through, but Logan too quick. Matten himself has got one as well. Now Scrunk coming in from the side, wants to get a bit more done, but they need so much in this corner, and they get it. Logan's down and out. 2 versus 3. Very doable, but the problem is Twanu. He's got himself an AWP, and they don't have too much to block him off with. One smoke has been delivered to the CT spawn, but XMS coming in from behind means that if they want to push through, then Scrunk could very well be caught out. XMS makes a bit of noise, so Scrunk knows exactly where he is. Scrunk, well, he's got the one-shot capability, but that's the only thing he's got as he loses his last teammate as well. 1 versus 3. Needs 3 quick taps. Doesn't have the HP to try and play around with any fancy shenanigans. 30 seconds as well on the clock. The only advantage he's got is the bomb is on him. He can plant the bomb right now. Goes for the safe plant. That's good to see. Ldlc don't have an incendiary to stop that from happening, so he's given himself a fighting chance, but the fighting chance isn't looking too great. But yes, it is actually. XMS missing a few, and that means he's got the spray on 2. Ldlc finally getting his first kill. He's 1-1-11. The score right now is 1-11, and what a way to get Ldlc's second round on the board. Devo finally getting himself a kill. Oh dear, oh dear. I just realized, and E United just lost to Team 1 after being up 12-3. The Liquid Special. Someone's Ldlc, though, they might not be given such an incredible chance. Well, they're going to be having, at the very least, a simpler scoreline heading towards the end of this half. If not... Expert are very wary. They don't want to end up giving up anything that they don't need to. Twanu's been flashed and forced to push back now onto the B side. There you go. Mata needs to step up big. He's got one, needs two more, but can't quite finish it off. Alex R and Skrunk are too quick at cleaning up this site. Skrunk with two, Alex giving him some backup, but not quite enough to prevent his life from being passed away. Still, 3 versus 2. Expert. This is their round to lose. XMS up on the heavens. Has got a kit, so at the very least you've got something to work with. Flash banging forward. What's happening over here? Twanu pushing through the smoke. Needs to try and just get immediately onto Syken. But Syken and Alex, the way they started, that's exactly how they ended. Actually, it was Skrunk and Alex who started it. But you know what? They did end it the exact same way with 2 great kills coming out from... And hey, Andy taking down Devo to Vex. So Devo, unfortunately, although he has managed to get himself up to 2 kills, that's all he will have for the first half. And well, let's hope that things change a little bit for the second half, because right now Ldlc really need that fragging power. Sean Garris must be rolling over his grave, right? Rolling over in. He must be doing the thing where the English idiom comes in with rolling and graves and slightly morbid, but you know what? It's okay. This is a slightly morbid performance. XMS flashed up. Needs to back off. Needs a few shots of the head. At least 2, but Alex prevents him from even getting a single one. Twanu boxed in and finished off 13-2. Expert Esports are making this a... Backs against the wall. The Frenchmen are slightly confused about what to do in the next round. Because if they lose this one, it doesn't matter if you've got 3 rounds per pistol round, if you've got 2 rounds per pistol round with the new metagame. You're not really going to come back from 15-2. I'm sorry I have to be the one who says it. I'm sorry that I'm saying it, but you're all thinking it, and right now, for good reason. What is interesting, though, is the fact that Expert have gone for 3 sets of utility, one of which has already been lost. So Syken is out of it. Logan will be very happy about that. Syken even losing his kit at a point where his team can't really properly retrieve it. Andy now needs to step up from CT spawn. He's been dinked down to 12, but needs to be able to find at the very least 1 kill while Skrunk comes out from the side. Distracting the tease is incredibly important right now. Skrunk finds 1. Where exactly is he going? This movement isn't working out for him whatsoever. Devo finds another. Twanu with Andy, whose foot was sticking out through the smoke. Alex R and JDC, the last 2 left versus 3, but there's no bomb plant just quite yet, and Alex has got himself a smoke to work with. How much it will help is still yet to be seen. JDC is out and Alex is the last one still in. And well, you know what? That last one still in might be screaming that he's out pretty soon as well. He's got to call Uncle, and that will be XMS to net the frag. 3 rounds for Ldlc, surprisingly enough. Again, what's always nice to see is some utility being brought up. But Expert, they're actually going for the... Ooh. Almost doing quite a bit of grenade damage. Logan could have gone down if those actually connected to him. But anyway, the problem with what Expert is doing right now is that they're going for the buy in the 4th round, not the 3rd round as we do so often see. Now, either that or they'll get lucky and get a couple of kills, get a few good 1Ds. So far, it's a 3 versus 3, so they've gotten some good damage in. Now, what I do quite like about this strategy is that on one end, you do at the very least almost guarantee yourself a couple of kills, and you guarantee yourself that Ldlc's money will be slightly more humble. But on the other hand, of course, there is the problem that you are not buying up. Ooh, nice shot from Syken, almost getting the head, but like I said, there's the problem that you're not buying up in the 3rd round. You're not really giving yourself a great shot at minimizing any initial round advantage that the enemy side is getting with your pistol. On a map like Csgo, which has got some very good nadeable spots, and you follow that up with a quick 1D to the chest, and that's a kill right at your feet. Still a few deagles on their blue hands. Nice. Alex goes down early. Good to see that Andy, at the very least, is sticking to the USP. Devo, what are you doing? Devo, you're creeping forward, but JDC could be caught out very easily. The bomb isn't retrieved by Ldlc yet, so they're still open to exploring other options other than just A, even if their posturing doesn't quite indicate that, especially once XMS has found that kill and gotten a bit more information. But on the other side, JDC has managed to get yet another one, so still doing good damage, forcing them to rebuy armor, forcing them to rebuy utility, and Syken, well, he's got some more information. Matten has been spotted out. Can Andy actually finish him off is the question. Does Matten get... Ooh, Matten? Good job by him. I would have liked to see him playing a bit more defensively, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you get... Smoke's running through. Great incendiary from Syken. This could be it as he manages to take down XMS. That should stop Ldlc's push, but Devo Devek finding one more means that they will be now plowing through the mid side. JDC has got a chance to play some NBK and finish off his player. Devo Devek will be creeping through Squeaky actually. Somehow or the other, he's gotten his way all the way there. JDC, nice spray, almost connecting with 2, but Twanu on the other side manages 1. Skrunk will be the last man left standing as he takes down Logan, turning it into a 1 versus 1. Twanu has got the bomb and will be planting it for a main, it seems like, but he himself might be repositioning him to... Ooh. Oh, what a great play from Skrunk. Skrunk is coming from the exact right side. Twanu isn't going to be expecting this. He's playing from Squeaky. He thinks that it is going to be a play coming out from the A main, but Twanu as well. He's a smart cookie. Just keeping an eye out on the bomb. Not really letting him peek, but a smoke white might be forcing him to push through. Skrunk. Oh dear, that grenade would have taken him down, but Skrunk not quite dead yet. Twanu forced out off his hidey hole. Skrunk pushes through the other side and he's got the kill. Nicely done, but does he have the defuse? Ooh, well followed up. Great 1v1 coming through. And on that note, Expert are up to 14. And I mean, this is what you like to see, really. You're seeing some solid clutch power against similar level teams. You're seeing some good performances in MDL. If they can continue performing like this, then either they have a few of their players stolen away from them, which is very likely with the track record that MDL players who've got some great performances do have. But at the same time, Actually, I'm talking about irrelevant things as Expert just mowed down 2 players down towards mid, it seems like. But anyway, XMS, you've still got yourself a chance to get a quick dig and level the playing field a little bit more. Twanu did pick up that AK-47. They're backing off. XMS needs at the very least one. If LDLC ends up losing this, they've got their backs against the wall, they've got no money, and they will have to win out 10 rounds in a row just to take it to overtime. Not something that I find very... However, 50 seconds on the clock. And Devo, we've seen him work wonders in past teams. Can he do the same yet again? You wait to find out. Devo creeping through. Syken is boosted up on the other side and he sees the players and now he's ducked away. He's got the information. Even if he doesn't get the kill, he does end up setting up his team for victory. Skrunk finishing off Devo and it will be 15-5. Potentially the last round for Ldlc. This is the start of a mountain that they need to climb. Will they even get to the base camp? Though XMS tagged down early on makes me think that that might not be the case. Well, that grenade blew away his corpse, ragdolled right there and then. Syken, as he provides him back because Devadavek is trying to spray through that door, will be unsuccessful. Instead, he cops a few bullets to the side of his chest as well. Impact slightly lessened by the door, but you know what, it's still some damage, and well, some damage is had in mid. Alex goes down to Matend, which means that Syken now needs to step up, and step up he does. Finds a head and decapitates it, but Logan is there to trade, and Devo on the other side isn't looking to slow down either. Logan and Devo taking over the A site, but no bomb there just quite yet. Andy on the other side manages to get away, barely missing a shot, missing 2, missing 3, and Ldlc, well, they've been gifted a free bomb site, it seems like, with Andy being kept absolutely absent. Skrunk, though, still is playing for the win, and he himself is at an advantage. He's got utility. Twanu only got a deagle and doesn't quite have HP to compensate for the M4's lack of one-shot headshot capability. Skrunk might not realize this though. Twanu's on this side. Twanu waiting for the push through. Skrunk won't be checking the angle, and Twanu doesn't even need the headshot. 15-6. Ldlc barely getting their 6. Once again, always discipline, never properly for spying, still always keeping some money. How can you not like this team? Not to say that there aren't reasons to like Ldlc either. I mean, Devo is starting to pick up some steam. If he can continue that way, JDC. Oh, JDC and Andy, you are making things look difficult. Skrunk as well, pushing through a smoke, finds Twanu scoped in towards the checkerbox area instead. And now you're suddenly in a 4 versus 2 with an AWP in the hands of Skrunk and JDC, who's still flicking away, who's still getting that dig out. Matend goes down and leaves Devo alone versus 3. Devo opened up the first kill. Well, he's got 2. But can he double it up? He's all in right now. He's playing the table. Can this gamble pay off? It's double or nothing. 40 seconds on the clock. And he's decided to put all his chips on the A side, and it seems like the first gamble will pay off. But Devo's a bit of an addict in this round. Devo's got to go for quite a few row after row after row of chips being put down. He's going to be able to get the bomb at the very least. 20 seconds on the clock. favorable position as well. What's he going to plant for? Checking quad just in case there's a sneaky little CT waiting in hiding for him. Of course, the odds might not be tilted as much in his favor as Andy has picked up an AK-47. He's got the Kevlar to support it as well, so none of these aim punch things coming through for him. Deva's got a chance. He finds one. Could he find two? He sees the shoulder, but Andy's got the job done. 15-6. Ldlc lose all their chips. They're out of the table. They're out of the casino. And now it will be Expert to take this first one home. What an absolutely stunning performance coming up from them. Absolutely dominant. And with that, we're going to be moving forward to another game. Remember, we've got 3 games on for tonight. I don't remember all the teams that are playing, but I do think that the last game of the day is Forze versus Csgo. And then we've got another one in between, which had Virtus.pro versus someone who I don't exactly remember. That said, though, we're going to be coming through with the second one. And you know what? I'm going to leave you in suspense. That's why I'm not telling you who Virtus.pro is up against. Because I want you to tune in. I want you to be there. And you know what? I know you will. So peace out. This is tea time.